How's it going, folks? Welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online, the Seasons of the Worm Cult. If you'd like to see the series right from the beginning, you can do so by clicking the series playlist in the top right, in the description or in the pinned comment down below. We're currently on the stubbornness of Nords, and we are quite stubborn, are we? Are we, Ember? Guruna. Actually, let's read what just happened. So Britt said she would meet me to the east of the village to start hunting the beast, but Speaker Hialf mentioned that there were villagers who could tell me more about the beast if I wanted to get more information about what we're after. The beast.
You're really going to do it? Go after beast? I wish you luck. We will hold nice ceremony if you fail to return.
Can you tell me more about this beast?
What could I say that you would believe? The beast is unlike anything we ever hunted. It moves so slowly and makes no sound. We never even caught sight of it. But the beast has magic. Be careful.
Is this going to be like a cat or something? Is it going to be an Alfiq? Magical cat? What's this dude posing? That pose. Alright, let's go meet her. Britt, the sister of that other guy. You know that guy. His name escapes me. But you know, right, Riggit the Brash.
Destruction!
I see it.
You ready to prove our helpfulness? Speaker Hialf was not specific on how he wants Beast dealt with, but I have thoughts. A plan to really impress Bear Hall.
What's your plan?
We not kill Beast. I see you not get plan. If Beast dies, we look impressive. If we catch Beast and bring to village alive, we look most impressive, see? Capture is harder than kill. Yes, this good plan. Let's get to it.
This good plan? Yes, let's do it. Good plan this is. She's about a step or two away from starting to speak like Yoda. There's a lizard bear there.
Look! In middle of burning embers! Big glint! See?
Charred debris. I see. A curved claw. A large curved claw. There's a sheen to it, like it is unnaturally clean.
Oh, that claw is enormous. Beast must have big talons.
Yes. Safe to assume.
A survivor! Unless she is the beast.
Goruna? Wait. You're not from Shore Stand.
Jal.
I'm not a beast. I'm here, same as you, to catch it. This must be what Father warned me about. Overconfidence, ambition, they only get you hurt. But I can't go back to the village. Not while it's still in danger.
What happened then?
The beast happened. We expected it to be on the ground, but the attack came from the treetops. Something snapped in the woods, and then there was a noise. Deafening, like thunder. That's when we started hurling spears. It was mayhem.
Did you see the beast?
No, just shadows from the flames it threw at us. Everyone else ran back to the bear hall. I stayed to hold it off. But I can't fight the beast anymore. Not in this condition. Father is going to be so mad.
Is your father Speaker Hialf? He did ask us to look for you.
My father already knows. Great. He wanted me to join the Hall of Feathers, but I don't care about music and dance. I want to protect people. I tried my best. I fought the beast longer than anyone else. But I suppose it's your turn now. Good luck.
Don't worry. My friend here has hunted many beasts, I hope.
Britt, why are you talking so loud? She's like right there. And that's true, I have.
There. Not forest creatures. Other one. That's our beast?
Was that a cat?
It is small.
Was that a cat? You're kidding me?
Our beast is sloth?
Oh
Too
no, it's a
small to
sloth.
call Beast. Beastlet? No, that's silly. It went into cave.
Yeah, it looked like a sloth. We're jumping out of the crystals there. Jumping out of the minerals.
Our beastlet just woke up, bigger beast.
Oh.
You can fight, right, friend?
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
I'll go after our beast. Catch up when you can.
Battle.
Dangerous, huh?
Always.
Wait! Good, beastlet. Stay calm. No exploding us, yes? Friend, take sparkly hat. I have suspicions. Good, beast. Nice, beast. Be calmed by most gentle words. Friend, see sparkle in that hat? That's magic. Take hat and we secure beast.
One magic cap. The leather of this hat is speckled with animal fur and mud. It's warm to the touch and sparkles a little if moved too abruptly.
And just like that, we turned beastlet into sloth.
The beast! Hey, little fella.
Animals like me. The trick is patience, a soothing voice, and lots of hand-waving. Bear Hull hunters don't do any of that. They probably scared our poor little beast. It didn't know any better.
So the people of Shore Stand were scared of a sloth? A sloth with a wizard hat?
Silly, I agree. But silly can be dangerous too. Still, Speaker Hialf may have trouble believing us. That's why I'm going to get our beastlet and hat cleaned up. No one will accuse us of lying when they see both.
How did you know the hat was giving the sloth its magic?
Look at hat! It sparkles! Besides, did you hear merchant outside village? One with lost magicap? I think we found lost magicap. Now, off you go to Speaker Hialf. I have work to do and dramatic entrance to make. That always helps.
Okay, let's go. Shore Stand. Go to Shore Stand. Bear Hall. The beast's reign of terror is over. I should go back to Speaker Hialf in the Bear Hall to let him know that the village is no longer in danger.
I don't care what you were doing. What if you died out there?
I am not a coward, father. I do not run when things get dangerous. You captured the beast, right? If it's still out there, my father will skin you alive. Well, go on. Tell us what happened. We both need to hear it.
Eyes reminded people of the warm embers of a fire. I think fires are much prettier.
Speaker?
My daughter returned from the beast hunt, which is a weight off my shoulders. But where's Britt? Where's the beast? Tell me what happened.
Britt and I took care of your beast problem.
How? You aren't injured. You aren't horrifically burned to a crisp. Are you really stronger than the best warriors of the Bear House? Well, what sort of creature was it? What beast can an emissary of the Fellowship hunt down that we cannot?
It was a sloth. It was a sloth wearing an enchanted hat.
A sloth? In an enchanted hat? I'll need to see that to believe it. But if you're telling the truth, you've earned my support. You'd best talk to Speaker Frogilda next. She's polite enough to listen. Which is more than I can say about Speaker Sograd.
My magic cap! I thought it was lost forever.
Here you go, proof of your fearsomest beast. Now, I would like word with friend.
A sloth. We were terrorized by a sloth.
Sure were.
It's hard to believe that this little sloth is the beast that nearly killed me. Father always says not to underestimate your opponent. Sure knows I won't forget that lesson now.
I said I'd have to see this sloth to believe your story. And here it is. The other speakers will never let me hear the end of this. A sloth in an enchanted hat caused so much fear and destruction. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
My magic cap! You found it! On a sloth? It's going to take some time to wash the sloth smell out of it. But that hat is worth it. I can't thank you enough.
How did a sloth get your hat?
I don't even remember seeing a sloth anywhere near my camp. Perhaps I was too focused on the cookpot, or maybe the flames crackled too loudly. I'll try to use drier wood next time. The important thing is, my hat is no longer missing.
Merchant Catul, Britt the Bold.
Hat returned and beast secured. How did you fare with Speaker Hialf? He ready to join Sturk Fellowship now?
Bearhouse is with us, and he said we should talk to Speaker Froggeard next.
Good progress. Hall of Feathers is where Speaker Frogirda lives. She was mad before, but maybe she calmed down while we hunted Little Beast. I'll meet you there. My feet hurt after wrangling this little cutie.
Alright, let's go. What's this guy do? They go, what do you... Lemond? What? Alright, anyway, let's go. Too many questions. Questions I don't have time to find answers to. You can become a werewolf or a vampire if you get infected. Anyone ever done that? The Charge of Shore. What's this? When the Aedra formed our realms from Creatia, did Shore abandon his creations? No. When the foreign gods doomed Shore to the underworld, did he go quietly? No. When the sun threatened to still beyond the horizon, did Shore leave us in the darkness? No. When all seems dark, spark a fire. When others seek to decide your fate, stand firm. When all else fails, do not go to Sovngarde without a fight. This is Shore's charge. This is what makes Shore stand. Frogirdy. Frogirda. Gerdy. Say, that's a chicken. I think Ember stepped on one. Fanning away, eh?
I saw you talk to that strange woman, Britt the Bold. If you're here to get me to hand over my village to a group of outsiders who don't respect our culture, then you're going to have to leave my hall.
Why do you think the Sturk Fellowship doesn't respect your culture?
Everyone who comes here looking to take advantage of our might thinks they're more sophisticated than we are. You've been here long enough to join a hunt, but you haven't picked up a book or asked about our traditions.
If I read a book, will you consider joining the fight against the worm cult?
It's not about books, it's our culture. That Sturk Fellowship wants to use our warriors without really knowing anything about us. For me, to agree to join your cause, you must prove that you're willing to learn who the people of Shorestand are.
How can we prove that?
Telling you would defeat the purpose. Look around, examine our books, learn about us, and find your own inspiration. You seem clever enough, and that young woman certainly has a lot of spirit. You'll figure it out.
praise for the 14. Learn from these great passages, O children of Shore Stand. They are the founders of our village, and when I, Nudidna, am gone, it falls upon you to remember their names and deeds. Thane Hayfred, the visionary leader who inspired hope for a bright future and saw the path to our village. It is through her direction that the other ancestors completed their great works. It was under her tutelage that the Bear Hall, Wolf Hall, and the Hall of Feathers were constructed. It is in her name that our village strives and continues. Njord the Brave, the first to give his life, so that the village could survive. The founder who faced Sumadar alone, with naught but the gleaming bow of the fox beside him. She's going to ask me questions about all this. I'm not going to remember any of this stuff. We do not know what his final moments were like, but we praise his bravery nonetheless. Vrikit the Cleaver, when our ancestors' ship broke and was swallowed by the hungry sea, her quick thinking and skills kept the village together. Her work saw the creation of the village's gardens and storehouses. Every day we eat because of Vrikit. Edelradar, the Unabashed. When the High Elves came to our village to judge our progress, Edeldredar spewed forth a string of such profane curses and invocations that all the bees left their hives and swarmed to the woods. Even now, no hives will settle in the center of our village. Once a year, we spit in the dirt to remember her creativity and way with words. Tunwulf the Clean, the founder who sacrificed adventure and grand mystery for careful thought. While others may call Tunwulf cowardly, we know the truth. All expeditions require a level head who looks at danger and weighs its risks. The village survives due to this founder's caution. Ygritte, the Fruitful, and Valden the Short, parents of the first Nords and leaders of the first house. Their love inspired bards, as did their family. The divines blessed these two, and their love for each other ensured that the gods remembered the rest of the village in turn. Iggy, who ruled, see, they gave us like 3 of them, and that's all we had to choose. But you're giving me like 1,000 here, how am I going to remember this? Iggy, who rolled where she shouldn't. The western path remains cleared of rocks and debris in her honor, for when the founders crawled out of the surf and onto the sand, she raced ahead. But her feet caught on a rock in the dark, which sent her tumbling back to waves below, calming the others of their enthusiasm. Yodla, Thickskin, when all others cowered in the darkness, Yodla hunted for animal and vegetable alike. He returned with a feast of flesh and kept the bruises he gathered hidden, for their price was worthwhile and the pain negligible. Yaraki, and Olmand honest. Crossing the hungry sea is no small feat for a ship of 14, but these carried the work of reminding the others of the world they left behind. They wove a tapestry of sorrow and hunger in so convincing that even Eolf became hopeful for the land that Nelnir promised. Elf, the downtrodden, he who countered Nelnir's great predictions with realism and dour disposition. He who looked at the clouds and saw mud. He who never warmed and never smiled. While Tunwulf's realism protected the group, else lowly opinions for all balanced the joys of witch Somhard's death. Little Elfig, Ekvin, and Boralf, the trio of youngsters who brought laughter to danger, light to the darkness, joy to the ocean, and purpose to the founders. Theirs were the faces of the future. Theirs were the empty stomachs most in need of filling. Theirs was the cause that ended the fast, the great fasting, and brought us across the sea to settle here in Shore Stand. Alright, Irfig, Ekvin, and Boraf. I wonder if it'll be about them. It might not be about any of them. On the traditions of brawls, a retrospective by the esteemed Instag on the nature of tavern brawling in the remote village of Shore Stand. Tavern brawls are not unheard of in any village. They are liable to break out at any time. Individuals live within close proximity to one another. Emotions rise, tempers soar, and sooner or later someone throws a punch and begins the wild array of combative maneuvers that are the hallmark of this type of fighting. Many view brawls as low class, but they serve an important function in the ethos of village life. Brawls ensure that issues are dealt with and disagreements do not fester. In the village of Shorestan on the island of Solstice, brawling has taken a slightly different function. In this village's quaint tavern, brawling serves as a communal activity that reminds them why they fight together and not against one another. It works as an activity that brings the village closer together. Often when the dust settles and the tables are set right, the original combatants leave the tavern arm in arm as united siblings. Perhaps we can all learn something from Shorestan. Place all your grievances on the tavern floor and leave them here after the brawl ends. Learn to look past your anger. And remember the kinship that binds us together. Together, stew a recipe. Translated from Old Nord by Triilva. Feasts of nature, feasts of time, forwards and backwards we keep our rhyme. While others look to drive us apart, we know the order is fixed in our heart. What starts may be the end, and the end may be the start, so read closely, think carefully, and pick smart. The buzzer's treasure sweetens our bonds, while swimmers scale steep. Flavoured with blooms and spuds from the deep, shelled innards shine to bring the sun round once more. Read thoroughly, or your feast will be bore. Blooms and spuds from the deep, shelled innards shine to bring sun round once more. I'm not going to remember any of this, but we shall try. I got to go find Britt. Brittany, she'll know everything. She'll answer all the questions for me.
I'm here, friend. Tell me what you know.
Damn it, chicken, get off that rock. People won't step on you then.
You met with Speaker Frogirda? I don't see any spit on you. What did she say?
Frogirda thinks that the Fellowship won't respect their culture.
Won't respect? But this is Nord Cultural Exchange. Respect is what we do. Well, we just have to convince her otherwise. My brother would start gifting now, but we have no gifts. I could give beautiful and moving ram horn recital.
I found some books in the halls of Feather. Maybe one of them could be useful.
List of 4 Nord names is too complicated.
Yep.
And brawling wouldn't be most convincing. This recipe looks good. Nothing says Nord culture like feast. But words are stranger than usual.
What's wrong with the words?
Look at ingredients. Words make no sense. Wait. It's puzzle. I love puzzles. You find half, and I'll do same.
And which ones should I find?
Well, I saw farm outside village. It could have spuds. And try lake in west for swimmer's scales. But buzzer's treasure. Oh, visit local mead maker for honey. Find those and meet behind Bear Hall. Ooh, Rickard says I am most excellent cook.
Oh, I hope he's right. Okay, so it's not really going to be a one of those quests where I got to remember things, but we just got to gather. Yeah.
The gods must have blessed that fancy smocked newcomer. I just watched her stick both boots in her mouth while talking.
You're the mead maker. Do you have any honey I could borrow?
Oh, I have 1 jar left, but I have plans for it. Tell you what, the jar's yours if you sample the mead over there. Speaker Frogirda will only sell my mead at village gatherings if someone's tasted them first.
There's like a bunch of people around. They could... Alright, I'll do it. I do it. Spiced berry wildflower. Let's go with spiced. Oh, it's the good stuff. I'm laughing. Berry mead. Do I get the giggles? Nope, don't like that.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, don't spit that one out. What about wildflower? Get right into it. Give me that down. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. Oh my goodness. I've never seen him move like that before. Ember hasn't moved. She can't believe what she just saw.
Don't keep me in suspense here. Are my meads all right? Did you try them all?
They tried all the meads.
How were they? You acted strangely after some of them. No matter. Which one did you like best?
The spiced mead.
I figured as much from your reaction to it. Well, you earned my last jar of honey. Try not to waste it. I'm not sure how much honey is left in this village now. I make a lot of mead.
Thank you very much. Will I get a quest to get more honey or something?
The waves our boat stole. They climbed aboard barrels and over waves did roll.
Work in progress, I gotcha. Spuds from the deep.
I got my troubles and you got yours. What do you say to sharing them and lightening the burden?
Well, I'm looking for spuds from deep.
Like a potato? I can see where your trouble stems from. It's the wrong season to harvest potatoes. They're just buds.
Well, I really need the potatoes for this stew.
I have some dried potatoes. They won't be as good as fresh, mind you, but they'll work right enough in most recipes. Thing is, my farm's overrun with coral crabs. Get rid of the crabs, and you're welcome to my dried potatoes.
Am I gonna kick him? Or do I have to fight them? Oh, not those ones. Those ones are fine. It's these ones.
Don't mess with a street kid.
Well done, Ember.
We did it!
Is there a big one incoming? Yep. There's always a bigger crab.
That's quite the stink. Think you can follow the scent on the ground?
I guess so. It's going this way. I'm not seeing a visual representation, but it is. I don't know. I must have missed it. Was that the right direction? That's the right direction. You gotta crouch. Read the text. Crouch, crouch, crouch. There it is, there it is. Follow the greenery. It's going that way. Crouch to follow the crab trail. The pungent smell of rotting fish emanates from this sack. Oh my goodness, throw it. Toss it. Don't retrieve it. Worst nightmare. You can have this.
Phew, that smells stronger than I remember. I take it this means you found what drew those coral crabs to my farm?
I found where the fertilizer was being kept.
Well, now we know that the crabs can't resist whatever's in this batch. I won't be buying it again from Olaf, that's for certain. I'm a man of my word. Here, 1 sack of dried potatoes. It should be more than enough for your recipe.
Thank you very much. Now we need swimmer scales. No, I'm not gonna kill him for it. Barogar.
Hawk's bones, it's lovely outdoors. With the beast gone, I can just enjoy the breeze instead of looking over my shoulder.
Is there good fishing in this lake? I need to get swimmer scales for a feast.
Swimmer's scales? You don't eat the scales unless you like a little crunch. No, your recipe probably means the flesh. Fishing's great here, if you have the right bait. Our lake's stocked with trout, and they've a taste for crab bits.
The fish only like one type of bait?
Good thing there's a lot of crabs around here. Hope you're not squeamish like me. My brother keeps crab meat in our home, so I don't have to kill anything. But it's mine. You can't have any.
Well, maybe I do need to kill you. Alright, no. No. Let's just go get some crab meat. There were heaps of them back there, but I saw one over here. Some over there too. Unless I've got to go back there and get the specific ones. Oh, I got it. Good. Do I actually have to... Oh, hang on. Do I have to do it myself? I don't know how to fish. I don't know about that. Guts? Crawlers? That's not it. Fish roe. What did I pick up? Or do I have to place it on there? How do I do this? I have no idea how to do this. Hey, tell me how to do this.
It doesn't matter that no one stands with our village. We don't need anyone else. The storm and the wind guide us. The gods watch us through animals' eyes. We know who we are.
Alright, alright. I found a recipe, sponsored from these swimmer scales. Okay, so I need to get swimmer scales. I don't know what bait I picked up from the... Is it called crawler? It's just that the icon doesn't look like anything. So it's kind of a little strange. Oh, what the hell? Let's just try the crawler meat or whatever. Let's see. So he's got a crocodile mask on. The hell? E to use is working. I got myself a fish. But that seems to have done it. Maybe it was like a quest item I picked up. That's why I couldn't see it. Thought I had to bait. Yeah, I haven't really done much fishing in this game. I think there was one time which I did it maybe sort of semi-AFK. I was doing something, I was editing a video or something, I had that going. I was fishing in the background to see what it was like, and I don't really remember why.
Here. Not bad for cook spot, no?
Britt, you got an apron and everything.
That was adventure and a half. I went all over Shore's stand, even peeked into Wolf Hall. Learned not to talk to Speaker Sogrard yet. He's very shouty. How did you fare? Find all your ingredients?
I have the swimmer's scales, the spuds from the deep, and the buzzer's treasure.
Perfect. I'll set everything out and then we can get started. Chefs say it's important to be organized when cooking. Otherwise, you might confuse radishes with eggs.
You can't tell the difference between radishes and eggs? Maybe I should cook.
Oh, I am excellent cook. Hardly burn anything. Brother Rigord loves my rabbit meatballs too. Don't worry so much. You tell what order to add ingredients. End of recipe is confusing. Think old Nords had trick up their boots with this one. Let's get this feast started.
Cook the feast. Crab meat, fish, honey, potatoes.
Not make stew before, huh? Try again.
Fish it is. No?
What's that smell? Our feast food? Oh,
Gotta read this.
that.
Alright. So, Feast of Nature, Feast of Time, forwards and backwards we keep our rhyme. While others look to drive us apart, we know the order is fixed in our heart. What starts may be the end and the end be the start. So read carefully, think carefully, and pick... Oh my goodness. The buzzer's treasure sweetens our bonds, while swimmer's scales steep. Flavored with blooms and spuds from the deep shelled innards, shine to bring the sun round once more. Read thoroughly or your feast will be bore. Shelled innards. Alright, so they want us to
That
do it
looks right.
back to front. Flavored with blooms and spuds. And then spuds. Oh, what? Alright, we'll start again. That's right. That's right.
That smells scrumptious.
Thief! Stay away from me!
What the hell? What's going on? Where are we up to? Flavored with blooms and spuds. Buzzer's treasure. So it must be the herbs after, right? Or maybe it's just straight to the honey. Oh well, let's do the herbs anyway, see what happens. Yeah, that's the third ingredient, and then honey.
That
No.
will burn before cooking's done.
Alright. So where's the mention of the... Buzzer's treasure sweetens our bonds while swim... Oh, okay. So... Alright, so we're going like this order. So it's the shelled innards, spuds, blooms. We're going completely backwards. Swimmer scales, buzzer's treasure. Gotcha. I'll do that.
That smell will make mouth
And then
drool.
this. And then the herbs. And then the swimmer's scales.
Yes, that's it. I knew you could cook.
And then the honey.
We did it! I need to make ready. Take stew and serve speakers in Village Square.
Just run it off. Oh god. Ember, can you hold this? Keep it away from me. Just holding... I should be like walking with my arm like stretched out as far as possible. Like it's on... Like the pot's on the end of my axe. And I got my axe like as far out as possible. That's how I'd walk with it. With a peg on my nose. Don't steal. Place.
Together, Stu? At this time of year? Oh,
I'm not
delicious.
too late. Let the feast of friendship commence.
That's it. Together stew for you, Sograd.
Stew proves nothing. Wait. Where did you find this recipe?
Just eat it. Eat it and love it.
Potatoes? Out of season? Oh, I want a second bowl.
Man, I would go for all this.
Your food served and your feast started. But was it enough? Come, speak to me.
I would kick that off the table and I'd eat all that. Alright.
I hope you know that the stew was lumpy and not a feast of friendship like Britt said. It's usually served as part of a harvest celebration. And yet,
Yes?
together stew is made from whatever's close at hand. We come together as a village to make it hearty and delicious. So, I suppose it is about friendship. Your ambassador may not be as daft as she appears. She actually taught me something.
And is that enough to prove to you that the Fellowship is willing to learn about your culture?
It wasn't elegant, but what about Nord's ever is? Your feast was earnest and displayed willingness. I don't believe you'll treat our warriors as fodder. The Hall of Feathers will support your fellowship. And I have a gift for you. A book.
Why are you giving me this?
You haven't talked to Sogrard yet, correct? I know what he'll ask of you, and this book will help. Before you ask, I won't tell you what his challenge will be. I won't cheat. But since you found inspiration from a book before, perhaps you can again.
You should demand a larger bounty when you
I
see the
told you
gods.
this ambassador was different.
It's the wrong season for a harvest feast, but their effort is commendable.
It worked? Our feast worked?
I think so. Everybody got riled up all at the same time. Don't know what that was about. The founding of Shaw's Stand. The founding of Shaw's Stand by Ingorhild. Did I read this already? The founding of... I thought I read this all. Or maybe I didn't. It was the time of darkness, snow, and hunger. A time when the foxes shivered in their burrows and the bears slept. The wind was harsh, food was scarce. This was when Thane Herefrid gazed up into the dry bottom of her tankard and saw a new home for her people. An island of sun and warmth. An island where her people could sleep with full stomachs and feast with gladness in their hearts. 14 from the village left in search of this mysterious island. They knew the journey would be long and difficult. It is not in the Nord's spirit to bend to the whims of fear. When doubt overcame them, Thane Herefrid spoke of what awaited at the end of their journey. When monsters of the sea beset them, Njord the Brave fought them off, and when a storm surged to bring them down, Vrilit lashed barrels together and saved them all. When their progress halted, a great whale rose from the water and showed them the route. What the hell's going on? What's going on? Overhead, the cloudless skies of the sea turned to the dark cover of night, but the night grew long and stretched far past the usual cycle of sun and moon. This is when Vrilit looked up and saw scales patterning the space where stars should shine. A giant serpent stretched above them, blotting out all light and keeping their new home in eternal darkness. The Nords let out a great wail and cry of lament as they huddled together in the darkness. Nothing they knew of could clear the scales from the sky. When all peered into the darkness and saw barren lands, Njord the Brave, with his eyes honed by the hawk and his mind as sharp as claws, looked and saw a glimmer of light. He rose and followed, far from his companions. In that stillness and black silence, Njord dreamed of the fox. He saw its tail curve back into a bow, and its whiskers lengthened to arrows. In the pitch of night he drew the bow string back and fired a shot from Sovngarde into the snake's heart. When the brightness of morning woke, the 13 remaining members of Thane Herefrid's ship cheered and sought to congratulate Njord. Their search was in vain, for nothing remained of the hunter but the glowing bow of Shaw. So it was that a feast in Shaw's honor decorates our village's founding. So it is that we feast on cheese and meat on Njord and his bravery, as well as Thane Herefrid's vision. So it is that we come together as a village, remembering Vrikit's cleverness that kept the founders together in the sea. Other so-called historians say that Thane Hereford commanded a fleet of ships, not just one, and that they used the ships to construct the first longhouses in the village. Nonsense. This is the story I was told, and I believe it completely. What does the screen keep doing this? What's that all about? Speaker Sograd?
You think some soup will sway me or my wolves? We know who we are. We know what we want. And we know that this fellowship is not for our village.
Why are you so against allying with the Sturk Fellowship?
Do you know who makes decisions for them? For their allies? We are the proud Nords of Shore Stand. We will act in our own best interests. Us. Not some fellowship. Not the regent in Sunport. And certainly not kings and queens from across the sea.
And you don't think the Sturk Fellowship will consider your village's needs when making decisions?
As a matter of fact, I don't. But you managed to convince the other speakers of your intentions, and I've had a good while to study Britt the Bold. I have a challenge for her. If she can make a convincing enough speech, I will follow the others.
All you need is a speech, and you agree?
You can't jump in to help her deliver it. And to make things more interesting, she must incorporate our village's founding story into the speech. If she does all these things, then yes, the whole village will join this fellowship.
Why a speech?
Because I think she can't do it. You convinced the other speakers with your actions, hers and yours. This she must do on her own. It requires a quick mind. That's what I think you have, that she lacks. Don't worry. I'm confident she'll fail.
Britt the Bold?
Speaker Sograd talked to you without being mean and unsettling. I knew you were lucky. What did Speaker Sograd want? Did he change his mind about endorsing fellowship?
He thinks the village won't be able to make its own decisions if they just join the Sturk Fellowship.
That is ridiculous. When have political allies ever overruled each other? We'll have to prove him wrong. What does he want?
Absolutely ridiculous. He wants you to give a speech about the village's founding story and why they should join.
Oh no. A speech? Not some grand display of helpfulness? Speaking's not my family's strongest, most skill. And the founding story? How will we get that?
Speaker Frogridi, she gave it to me. She knew what Sogard would want.
Alright, here's plan. I give speech like Speaker Sograd wants. But you need to help when my memory fails. If you gesture to the things I forget in the speech, I can add them and no one will know. Is good plan, yes? You ready?
Yeah, sure. I'm ready. Let's start. Not reading that book again.
Sograd, you think Sturk Fellowship will not listen, but I listened. I know this village was founded by Nords looking for better lives. Nords with vision. Nords who saw this island in...
There's a bow here. There's a barrel. There's a sack. There's some cheese. Sword? What? How is this gonna help? Hang on. There's a time of darkness. 14 from the village left in search of the mysterious island. They knew the journey would be long and difficult. It is not in the Nord spirit to blah 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 blah. Spoke of what awaited when monsters of the sea beset them, sawed off, and when a storm surged to bring down their ship. Overhead, the cloudless skies of the sea turned to the dark cover of night. Night grew long. When all peered in the darkness, saw barren lands, and also the brave with his eyes honed. He rose and followed far. Blah 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 blah. What? Oh. An island of sun and warmth. There's a bowl here. We got a sack. We got cheese. I don't...
A barrel!
What village is she talking about?
A barrel! Oh, is there more over here or something? How the hell? I have no idea how I'm supposed to do this.
A bow!
This is supposed to be our ally.
Let's go. Let's go for the bread.
Bread!
Where did you learn?
Wrong.
What about sword?
A sword!
That doesn't sound right.
Oh, we're getting
Can't
closer.
expect a fool to get it right.
We're getting closer.
A sack!
Ah, she jokes.
Can't expect a fool to get it right.
Cheese!
She's just confused.
A bowl!
That doesn't sound right.
What village is she talking about?
What? What else can I click on? What's this? Oh, a tankard.
A tankard! Their ocean journey was most rough and full of big whales. But when ship crashed, they didn't drown. They tied themselves to
To a barrel.
a barrel. Yes, on barrels they floated ashore. Solstice was dark and scary. But did your ancestors run? No. They dreamed of the Fox Shore. They dreamed of...
They dreamed of... sharp as light. He rose and followed Nord dreamed of the fox. He saw its tail curve. He drew his bow. I think that'll be it, but I'm gonna click it.
a bow. Of course. Bows kill darkness and bring sun back to sky. You are visionariers, barrel lashers, hunters of darkness. You with your ceremonial mead and the food you eat for your forenords.
Cheese.
Cheese! Yes, you are cheese eaters too. Your traditions live as long as your village. No one can take that away. You fear your voice will be silent? You fear orders?
It's a lot of coughing.
You are Shore's stand Nords. You will not let those things happen.
That's right.
Not bad. Right, Sograd?
This island is your home. Defend it with friends. Defend it in fellowship.
I will have to think on this.
Can you think in tavern? My throat's dry and wants to drink.
Listen to all the coffee.
One moment, friend.
Can you
I
imagine?
have ideas.
Can you imagine when when the game first launched and there were like 1,000 people here coughing? They're like nuts. Oh, Britt, we nailed it. First go.
Don't tell speakers, but I have the most cunningest of plans. Remember Speaker Frogirda's books? There was one on Great Nord brawling tradition.
Why are you telling me this?
We start a tavern brawl and bring village even closer together. Speaker Sogrard was close to agreeing, but pride blocks progress. So, we brawl. Let him get frustrations out and see that Sturk Fellowship is not so bad.
You really think that will work?
He wants to agree, but with time he will talk self out of it. We won't give him time. Like I said, most cunningest of plans. I go start brawl. Come in when you're ready.
Should I leave my axe out here though? Doesn't seem like a good idea to walk in there with my axe. Alright, let's get in there. Why am I drunk? Is that from the mead? From the spiced mead?
Is this how you welcome outsiders? Show me good time, brawl!
How's this?
Oh, gee, God.
No maiming or serious injuries.
Have fun, friend!
Ah, yes, a time-honored shore stand tradition.
Okay. Again, I think I probably should have left the
Off the rafters, make sure...
should have left the axe outside, but they're attacking me with swords.
Don't forget to pick up your teeth.
Shut out too long. Let's join the fun.
Oh, speakers.
Fresh air will clear my head.
Have fun hitting someone else. I'm done.
Speaker Sogrard left? Come, friend, let's see if plan worked.
Everyone seems happy. Probably took out a few limbs and somebody's lost an eye, but they seem like they're happy still. That's how they do it down here at Shore Stand.
Ah, what excellent fighting.
There you are. Speaker Sogrard wants your ear, not mine. Still smarting from my fanciest footwork, I guess?
As I said, I needed some time to think and some fresh air. Britt is as bold as her name, using that brawl to distract me. But still, I must admit that she rose to the occasion and surprised me with that speech.
And so, will you agree to send warriors to aid the Sturk Fellowship?
Your ambassador reminded me that our people have always been our own. We will not be swayed or ordered about by anyone. We speakers will go to Sunport and send for our warriors when they are most needed.
Why are you going before the warriors?
To offer advice. We know how to use our village's warriors best. If the Fellowship has any issues with that, then they'll need our assistance more than we thought. But this island is our home. We should defend it from every threat.
Sounds like your talk went well. We have much to discuss. Oh, that was incredible! Every bit of it. From beast hunt to feast making, a speech that did not go most disastrously, and a brawl. Others in cultural exchange will be jealous when they hear, and Rigard will be so proud.
Is that all we needed to do to complete your assignment?
Hard work, just starting for speakers. But for us, I can happily say we are done. Thanks to us, Shore Stand joins fellowship and friendship and with opened minds. Cultural exchange pays well. Since you helped, you get glorious reward too.
I love the set name of this. Part of the Full Belly Barricade set. While you have a food buff active, your block mitigation is increased by 7% and block cost is reduced by 7%. Alright, complete.
Oh, I can't wait to tell Rigard what happened. He'll be so proud, maybe even buy me a drink in Sunport. I won't introduce him to speakers, though. They will get along with other fellowship members better.
Do you think Shore Stand will stay in the Sturk Fellowship?
Breaking words is not Nordway. Not unless there is a murder, or better fishing elsewhere, or if sun moves from east to west. But I'll be in Sunport. No matter what happens, I'll keep proving Fellowship's value to them.
How long will you be in Sunport?
Until cultural exchange. My brother Rigard, or Skald King, sent me on next assignment. Isn't life exciting? I was only slightly worried this job wasn't for me, but look, it is exactly what I hoped for.
All right, who's ready to chase the worm cult from our shores?
That's the spirit! The worm cultists don't stand a chance!
That's it. Woohoo! Woohoo, everybody. Okay.
If Britt was the only emissary from the Sturk Fellowship, I doubt the village would have listened to her. But she had you. You accomplished what no one else has. Be proud of that.
Have you been to Sunport before?
I always felt that Sunport offered nothing this village did not already contain. Until this fellowship took up residence there. Now, I suppose I will get to see if my earlier feeling was correct. Still, I doubt we will have much time to explore.
Why do you say that?
Because we will be busy with other matters. The three of us aren't going to be seeing the sights or taking a respite from work. If the leaders of this fellowship are serious about taking on the worm cult, then our attention must be focused there.
Agreed.
Gods, I haven't left the village in a long time. I'm a little nervous about it, actually. Don't worry, I'll still go. I refuse to leave the fate of Shorestan to other speakers. They don't know enough about our culture.
I'm sure someone in Sunport has pipes or flutes.
Yes, but are they Nord flutes? All instruments are not the same. I'm certain they have adequate musical devices, but I want to be sure we have exactly what we require. I know I'm harsh to outsiders. I'll try to be softer once I assess the situation.
Why do instruments matter to you so much?
Every little detail matters. If we start compromising, then what is the point? No, I go to Sunport to ensure our warriors do not forget who they are or where they come from.
I thought the best way to protect this village was by staying here. But you showed me that the Bearhold can't do everything alone. With our assistance, the Stirk Fellowship's power, and Sunport's support, Shorestan will be safe from any threat.
And who will protect the village while you're gone?
My daughter. She may be young, but the beast proved how passionate she is about keeping this village safe. She'll do a fine job in my absence. But it's not like I'm going far. If any threat is too great, we can get back here right away.
Oh, I can't wait to tell Rigard what happened. He'll be so proud, maybe even buy me a drink in Sunport. I won't introduce him to speakers, though. They will get along with other fellowship members better.
Alright, so we will leave. I was wondering if the daughter was here. I remember you. Firm. I saw her in the background with that blonde hair, and I was thinking for a second, that wasn't, that's not a certain person.
Of islands drowned in hopes.
Certain sharp arrow person. It is not. Alright, let's go. So, now that that has concluded, we ride on. Right onto the shore over here. Well, actually, maybe not. We'll go, let's go north. Yeah, let's go up here first. And then we'll come back around. Can find a road that goes out there. Roads going in so many different directions. Is this the right way? Yep, this is the way. This is the way. Well, while I ride off in this direction, if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor and hitting that like button, folks. And if you are here for the first time, click on the old sub button.
This is the result of your own impatience.
Click on the old sub button and click on the bell to get notifications when I upload new videos. Is there a boss out here? And if you'd like to support me further, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a member here on my channel. The Shrine. The Shrine of Akan. I guess we're in for a little wait.